I just say it.
Today on Danu on Fire, we're checking out the Black, and we're going to be speaking to someone who is spicy and has a lot of things to say. Let's get on with the show. This is Danu on Fire. Welcome to Danu on Fire, and we have Saasha.
Ta-da!
So she's not an average Saasha. She is a ace, S-H-A-A.
No,
S
you
double A.
ruined it. Massacred my name.
Sorry.
S-A-A-S-H-A.
That's what.
Please title like Haritadan.
It's very hard to find on social media because
No.
you have to remember the double A.
Oh,
Yeah, why did they put her?
you'll have to ask my dad.
Yeah, they've done a Saasha.
Yes.
Not a
Because
Saasha.
it's an extra, like,
Yeah, I think he has been like
Sa.
Saasha. All right. Welcome to the show. So we're checking out this beautiful place called Black. It's not black, it's Brock.
No, I think it's black, no?
Yeah, but you say it.
Yeah.
There's no K. So
Yes.
It's Blach.
It is said with a little finesse.
Yeah. Blach. All right. So you would have seen her on social media, on TV, on every medium that moves. She has also recently starred in a film as well. Big or small, the characters you have to mention. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for knowing that.
That's okay. Mostly I also get those ones standing at the back. No, maybe it's quickly good to mention those.
Yeah.
It's all about how you market it.
Yes.
You know?
I was in a film,
That's
right? People don't need to know
like
if I
even if
was.
it's just one page of lines,
No.
you hold it and be like script reading for my upcoming film.
One page is a
Is-
is a lot.
Oh, really? You're
Yeah,
that
it's in
bad? I am way much better. I've got scenes.
Oh wow!
Sorry.
What's that like?
It's it's like talent.
Wow.
So anyway, so Saasha has a very special life. She has this amazing bond with her dad. Tell me about this bond that you have. He seems like a rock star.
Yeah, he is. He's a musician.
Ah, that's why.
Yes, and that's
hair
why he
and all
looks.
explain-
Yeah, that's
right,
why
right.
he looks a little Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's he raised me as a single dad since he was about since I was 8-ish, and so yeah, he looks like rough on the outside, but he's a real softie.
Yeah, that's how they are.
Yeah.
So this decision for him to remain single and to bring you up, was it a decision that he made for you?
He did. I think he did. I've heard him mention it. He doesn't let me forget it. He makes sure that I know. But yeah, I think he did make that decision for me. I wish he didn't sometimes. I wish he
Found someone?
yeah, because now I worry about him.
If he finds someone now, would it be okay by you?
sure.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'll have to mentally prepare
Companionships.
for it,
Yeah.
and then I will be okay.
There you
Yes,
go, that's
yeah.
perfect. You know, it's very hard for a girl not to have a mum in their lives, especially, you know, time of when you change physically, when you are emotionally in need of somebody to give you certain guidance. How was it to be the girl in the house, depending on a man who will have to understand?
Thankfully, my dad is actually, like I said, a softie, so he's very, his EQ is very high, his emotional intelligence is very high. So he was very much capable of giving me that feminine energy that I required at that time. But there are, I used to say, oh, my dad didn't let me feel like, my mom wasn't around, like there was nothing that I was missing. But as I grow older, I realized that yes, there is something that a mother is supposed to give your child that I didn't know. It's when I grew up that I realized, oh wait, like there are things I don't know that my peers knew, that my friends knew.
Which you didn't know.
Which I didn't know, which I had to learn from like a lot of women around me. I have to say, like I've had so many, I say this in my head and I'm saying this out loud now, even though I didn't have a mom growing up, I had a lot of moms who took care of me, and they were my friends' parents, they were my co-workers, they were my bosses. Like one of my first bosses was one of the people who realized that, oh, she doesn't have bras, so let me put a budget from the company
to get
to
her
go shopping with her and get her some bras. Like a boss did that for me at a
to
very
have that
young age.
conversation. Yeah.
It's those women were fantastic.
That's amazing. If you don't mind me asking, not being inquisitive, but why wasn't your mom in the scene?
It's a long story. She left.
Just wanted to ask. I was curious.
I'm
So,
sorry. Yes, but yeah.
have you connected with her?
No.
She missed out on a good bus. All right, on that note, we need to wrap our first segment because we got to eat, girl.
Yes.
Yeah. We're going to take a break. We'll come back on the other side. Do stick around. This is Danu on Fire. Keeping it monochrome, it's like the new thing these days, and I'm in love with all the shades that I get to find at XXL. You can now find an array of fabulous clothing from their designer collection to their everyday wear, from fabric that is great, breathable linens, and also those very soft and flowy silk. All this and more when you do visit XXL today at their flagship store, if not at one more.
I just say it.
Welcome back to the show. This is Danu on Fire. We're checking out the Black. Great food, fabulous ambience. I love the fact that it's a part of nature. So much of trees to look at.
And even better company.
Oh, of course. She's the biggest plant you can find.
Wow.
So, tell me about this. Now, you quit like all your full-time jobs, even that boss who bought you the bras. She doesn't have an employee,
Yes.
but you have the bras and you
Yes.
left everything and you have
I
become social
abandoned
media
her.
now.
Yes.
You have now become social media.
Yes.
So tell me about it. This social media, I hate when people say influencer connected. That is such a cliche word now by
Yeah.
overusing it so much.
Yeah.
Because I think an influential person does not need to have millions of followers anywhere. It's
Yeah.
the presence of yours that matters to that segment of people.
Yeah.
You can't be influential
Just
know.
because you have followers. Yeah, that's so true. Not everyone who has a large number of a large following is influential.
Correct.
And not everyone who is actually influential has a large number of following. You know,
Correct.
they're not exclusively like, you know, connected to each other. But yeah, I left my TV job, my radio job, my like, you know, traditional media
9 to
jobs,
5
everything.
job, all of those.
Yeah. To be honest, I got sick of it. Like it's
When you get the flavor of not working for someone, you can't go back. No?
yeah, I think some of us are not built to be
Listening to others.
yeah, I truly do believe it. So I think I do better as like an individual unit.
You're more driven.
Yeah, and I also like don't like being told what to do, unfortunately. But I think it has worked out in my favor because I was able to build my own personal brand around just me and my priorities and sort of where I want to see myself in the future.
And
Just
how
like
was it when you sort of started this journey? Did you think you'll be accepted by people? Would your content stand out? Because there's so many people doing it.
Thankfully, I had my foot in both boats because while I was doing TV, I built a following on social media,
Right.
and so it was easy for me to leave TV for social media because at that point I was already getting paid for, you know, brand endorsements, and people wanted me to talk about their brands on social media, and you know, I had built a name for myself in the digital space by that
Right.
point. So it was easy for me to leave. It wasn't really a risk because I was already making way more on digital than I ever was on TV.
Yeah, that is true. Just to let you know, TV doesn't pay as you think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
don't know why
doesn't.
people are surprised by that. Like presenters
Media is
don't get paid
media
for
is it's a gamble. If you really make it, yes, then you can demand. But that takes a lot of work, time, and effort. And if you're not willing to put that in,
Yeah.
it's not going to be easy. Now, I have to ask you, you have very good presence in Sinhalese and English in terms of the language. I personally thought that your language is very good.
Oh, thanks.
Like, how do you find it hard to shift between these two now?
It is difficult when I have been speaking in one language for a long time. I think you know that better than anybody.
Yeah.
Because if I've been speaking only in English because in my close circles I speak in English, but when I have to come for work I have to speak in Sinhala. So if I've been talking to a lot of people in English for a few weeks, then it's really difficult for me to switch back to Sinhala because you forget the words. The words don't come to you as easily, and vice versa. English na tu yana. Sometimes I'm like, what is English? But but it came naturally. I think I had a good education in school and then in English, and I spoke in Sinhala at home.
Right, so it gave you both the...
Yeah, but I don't know how you do what you do with the Tamil. I would love to learn.
It's just a complete mess. My brain has all three languages halfway learned. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Sinhala I can't read.
Oh no.
I can talk. Yeah, I can't read.
Really?
Thank God Google Translator makes it sound so nice, and I'm like, honey, they've said such nice things about me. But they've said burwa.
Oh, so you have to put translate for Sinhala comments?
Yes, always. And it reads out nicer.
Right.
And then you're like,
what is this donkey?
Me burwa kauda. Who is this donkey? Oh. That's what it meant. So it's a bit of a problem. Now, I know that you had spoken about your skin color very openly. I feel like you have a gorgeous skin color.
Thank you.
I have always liked the more earthy shades because, man, y'all can dress anything and look fabulous. It's actually the greatest color to be in, and internationally people are like, oh, so
Exotic.
and like, wow. But here it doesn't get that same appreciation. How was it for you, your background, people who you associated with? I know in the broadest perspective they don't care.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you would have had your equal share of conversation with people.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the second you step into traditional media is when they're like, oh, it's Sudukaran, make her fairer, put more fair makeup. You know, that it tends to happen. Not tends to happen, it will happen. But outside of that, I think once you realize your self-value, your self-worth, once you start accepting yourself for who you are, I think you can just easily tell everyone to
Yeah.
Can you swear on this show?
No, we have put a beep. No,
you
poor
put bleeps.
Charit has to find base.
But yeah, I think the whole brown skin thing, I genuinely don't think that brown skin is more beautiful than white skin. I don't think white skin is more beautiful than brown skin either.
It's
I think they're just two
skin, man.
different things,
Yeah.
right? So I don't think that, you know, if you want to become fair and you want to go with the whole bleaching thing, like go for it, your body, your choice, like I don't care.
Yeah, and you might not live that long to like argue with us.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're probably going to get some kind of disease, but if you're going to be careful about it, then that's fantastic, good for you. But apart from that, like my problem with that is that we're telling kids who are born with beautiful skin tones that they're ugly. And that's where the problem starts, and you're affecting their mental health, you're, you know, bringing their confidence level down, you're putting their self-worth in a very unnecessary place. You know, that you're telling them that your self-worth is dependent on your skin color when it's not. I'm beautiful whether I'm brown or white, you know, like that's not really a thing to be talking about.
Yeah, but have you been, have your opportunities been thinned out of?
Yeah,
Really?
I got cast as the lead in a teledrama, and it was sort of like this. Yeah, I got cast as the lead because it was a teledrama about boxing. And I do boxing,
Oh, really?
I do Muay Thai. So like I had the technical capacity and I'm like an okay actor. But the director like specifically was like super happy with the direction that the teledrama wanted to take. But then the producers were like, no, we need a fair skinned girl. Because that's what Sri Lankan mass audiences like.
So they're willing to overlook talent or
Yes.
skill.
Yeah, that
just
happened.
for-
Yeah, that stuff happens. So I'm sure there are other places where like that's
But-
happened to a lot of other people as well.
Yeah, it's funny they even take fairer girls and make them dark.
Yeah, to make them look poor.
Yeah.
Why is just the poor girl always look brown?
Yeah.
And the richer she gets, she's fair again. What happened? Like, come on.
Yeah, maybe when you get rich, you might get light. I think it's a equal balance.
Yeah, because you can have enough money to get the injection.
Yeah, maybe that. All right, on that note, we need to take a break. We'll see you on the other side with our final segment. Till then, we are going to be enjoying the food that we've got at the Black. You up to-
I got my head out the sunroof. I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes.
Our friends at Flowers by Epsilon join us on Danu on Fire because they really want to give a little thing for our guests. That's for
Thank you so much.
Now let me tell you about Flowers by Epsilon, all right? Now they have been, doing some amazing work here. They eventually opened a branch in Sydney, Australia, and they've come back here because they wanted to sort of give back to Sri Lanka once again. So they're at Havelock Mall. You can go check them out, come to know how you can customize and create some amazing events for your friends, family, and special occasions. So, Saasha, when you're getting married, Flowers by Epsilon is the place, all right?
I'll keep that in
Keep
mind.
that in mind. How soon is that going to happen?
I have no idea.
Very soon. Good. On that note, Flowers by Epsilon, thank you for joining us on Danu on Fire.
I just say it.
Welcome back to the show in conversation with Saasha at the Black today on Danu on Fire. Now, we have spoken about your social media life. Now, let's speak about your.
Yes.
What made you come into this industry?
Which one?
What are the other things you're in?
No, like media or like social media?
Social media, all of that is all sort of one.
Yes,
no?
yes, true. I wanted to be a performer. I
Okay.
was obsessed with Britney Spears and Jennifer Lopez. So I wanted to
You
be
have
like
a J-Lo look.
I get that a lot. I've been
Yeah.
told. But I've wanted to be like a performer like them.
Yeah.
And so I always used to watch their like TV shows and their interviews, even as like a really small child.
Can you sing?
I'm okay, yeah.
You don't need to sing so well because none
Yeah,
of them can.
the bar is very low right now, so I don't really need
Yeah,
to.
you don't need to sing so much.
Yeah, so it's okay. Autotune helps.
Yeah. Now tell me about these people who believe the impact that they make on social media is enough for them to live their lives. Because I feel like if this digital asset that we have in our hand, this phone, if it is ever taken away, would all these people with these amount of 100,000 odd followers, would they be known? Would they be seen and recognized? Would they be given this kind of space that they are given today?
I think very little of influencers are actually action takers. I think a lot of it, I feel like social media really does make us feel like we're doing something when we're not, because
And
it
giving
lets
us
us
a sense of importance.
Yeah, because it lets us like shout into the universe, right? Like we're like, oh, I'm doing this and shouldn't do that. But sometimes you need to be proactive about taking action for a lot of these things instead of just shouting about it. So I think, yeah, you're right about that. Maybe it might not have too much of a real social impact if the only thing you're doing is just posting about it on social media, if you're not taking actual action about something you're passionate about.
How do you sort of filter the type of people who you associate with? Because I think in this job you'll have a lot of people who will come, cling on to you. And do you find that genuineness when people speak to you? And how do you, because especially I think life has taught you a lot of things even from a very young age in life. And I think you've grown up knowing that life is not always how you dream it'll be.
Yeah.
And how do you sort of make yourself cautious?
It takes time. I don't trust anybody at first glance. Like it takes a lot for me to trust a person. So like I know you can't tell what people are like, you know, within like the first couple of interactions you have with them. You have to always be listening to what they're saying and paying attention to what they're doing. So I am very much a cynic in that sense. I'm very nice to people, I'm very kind, but I won't let a lot of people come into my close circle unless they've really had to prove themselves, you know. But yeah, there are a lot of people who are in my vicinity, but not a lot of them get access to me.
Right, they don't have the access card.
Yeah.
But they're in the building though.
They're in the building. They can roam around. Yeah.
But not inside the room.
Yeah.
How possessive is your dad of you?
Not.
He's not?
No, he's not.
Oh.
He's been very nice. How possessive is your sister?
Geez, he can be at times.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have any other place to, like, you know, we become the only thing because we have a bit of an age gap.
Yeah, so she's like the mother figure now.
Yes.
Yeah, so my dad is like my friend, so it's okay.
You do something and say, will you?
Oh, yeah, no? Yeah, imagine the day I get married.
Have you approached the situation of you getting married, moving out, leaving your dad alone?
Yes, yeah, I've had to really come to terms with that. I think I spent like the last 2 to 3 years kind of setting things up for that, because I have to make sure that he's okay when I leave, because I'm not gonna get married and go back into the same house and live in the same house with him. It's not something I would want to do.
Yeah,
I want to have
building a life of your own. Yeah.
Yes, so I needed to mentally prepare him for that and make
yourself.
sure that he is financially, physically, health-wise, mentally ready for that. So, you know, over time I put things in place so that he has a life of his own outside of me, so that he's not as attached as he was when I was a child. So now it's like, it's pretty okay. We function as 2 separate units within the same house, so it's okay.
That's amazing. Sometimes, you know, although you are the one that they brought to this world, you become the one who makes the decisions for them, because they rely so much.
Yeah,
and that's
they
amazing.
become like our kids at one point.
But it's amazing because, you know, I think especially during COVID, I saw so many posts with your dad coming out. And it was wonderful to know that there are connections like this that are loved and treasured. I think that's the most important thing, because parents should never be taken for granted. Because sometimes the position called parent is not always played by the parent.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's played by different people. And I think your dad played it selflessly.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's where we also connected at one point, because of our parents and our families.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a lot of people don't have the privilege that we do as well.
To experience that amount
that
of
kind of
unity.
love. Yeah, absolutely. So I think we're blessed in many ways when it comes to that.
It's not always about the materialistic items. It's just about the times that you've had with them, which are so more rich
Yeah.
in terms of life than you'll ever be able to put a price tag on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sometimes when I talk, I sound like
Oh my God, it's almost like you
you know,
are
like
a
the
very balanced
acceptance.
human being. What?
just for those 5. Yeah, I'm going to eat this sticky rice. Huh?
Danu, you need to leave me some. I told you you're not allowed to finish this.
Oh my God, that's really nice.
Mango sticky rice is like one of my favorite things in the
know.
whole wide world.
I know. When I went to... see, you
But
dropped everything.
here, no. But the thing is, we're on camera, so eat pretty also, no, Danu. Do you care about that?
People have seen the worst in me. I have even shown my navel on this channel, man. My shirts have been tight after I've brought it and come. Stop taking that part.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Oh, that hit the spot. On that note, we need to wrap things up on the show. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Thank you, Saasha.
Thank you so much for having me.
Your stage name could be Saasha. That's
Okay,
something to keep in
Danu.
mind. All right, on that note, we need to wrap things up. Thank you, The Black, for hosting us. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.